Hi, I'm Jules from the Haines Collection, and this is our series, Sustainable Interiors, where we talk to businesses who are bringing you more environmentally friendly solutions when sourcing and designing for your home. Last week, I spoke to Micaela and Charlotte from Studio Janettie, who make the most beautiful products, handmade in the UK, made to last a lifetime, and really asking the question, why is that important? Why should we be having these considered buys? I hope you enjoy it. I certainly would not say that.
I was going to say, actually, I've got the old lilac on, haven't I?
Can I ask you about the Barnaby Gates ones? Because
of course.
I love Barnaby Gates. And the making. Yes, exactly.
It's different. You won't get a frill like it.
Hi, thank you for joining me today. I'm Jules from the Haines Collection, and today I'm talking to the wonderful Studio Janettie, who are made up of Micaela and Charlotte, and they're talking to us today about everything they're doing and the sustainable focus that they're putting on their business. So firstly, how do you guys know each other? How long have you been going? Why did you start?
Well, we met last year. I can't believe it's only been a year, actually.
I know, it was actually our anniversary the other day, wasn't it?
I hope you celebrated presents, flowers.
Yeah, we met 2020 in the summer.
Yeah, doing a design competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an upholsterer by trade, and Charlotte is a textile designer. So we knew as soon as we met that we wanted to do a collaboration.
Mm.
We have quite a similar kind of aesthetic and taste around, especially colour and pattern. We kind of started having a chat about what we wanted our first collection to be, and I think straight off the bat decided we wanted it to be sustainable and to be kind of just have a lot of longevity to it. So we came up with the concept of the new heirloom and pieces that people will buy and cherish and pass through the generations.
Oh, I love that, yeah.
Yeah, so then because of that, the name Studio Janettie comes from our grandmothers, so Janet and Etty.
Okay.
Over a glass of wine and a pizza, wasn't it? We were like,
all the best.
yeah, but like Micaela said, when we met, we were kind of like, let's lock it down, let's make an Instagram page. Because if you have to lock down your Instagram page before you announce anything, right?
Your
So
handle,
no one's
exactly.
but like, what will our name be? And so our grandmas are both were our favourite people. So we merged it together and we were like, Studio Janettie's really catchy.
And I think it just speaks to the heart of, heritage and
the heirloom
heirlooms.
side,
Yeah.
So it all just went together really well, didn't it?
Yeah. When you know, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's it.
Done. On with the drinks. And so tell me about the sustainable focus and how you choose your materials.
We both shop independently. If you're looking for sustainable solutions, smaller brands I think nowadays are better to look at rather than the bigger ones, because for the bigger ones it's a bit more of almost like a rebrand and reassessing things and changing the way they work. And then there's certain things that we just wouldn't budge about and wanted to kind of incorporate our brand. So we use 100% cotton. All our inners are made from plastic bottles.
Are they upcyclable plastic?
Yeah, so like this cushion, for example, I think it's got the equivalent of 2,500 milliliter Coca-Cola bottles.
No
so like,
way.
those in that cushion.
I think that just had a nicer narrative, imagining the inners as a certain number of plastic Coke bottles or whatever. It just felt a bit
They
more
actually
of
keep their shape a lot better than a feather, because feathers get squished, so they're constantly being plumped, and then over time the feathers kind of just get like flatter.
And they come out as well. You
They
can
come
find them in
out,
your jumpers
whereas
and
this
stuff
actually
like that.
keeps its shape. So actually for something like a bolster it's quite good, because you keep that kind of sausage round shape.
No, I'm really, really impressed. They're great. Thinking about the industry, the interiors industry, where we are now, do you think this is an important time to be pushing exactly what you're doing and these sustainable options, so that the bigger companies that you touched on before can actually see that this is a necessity and how we should be?
Yeah, I think bigger companies do look to what's happening, throughout the market, and so it is important that we champion the values. They're integral choices that people should be informed of when they're making their decision, between our furniture and soft furnishings and somebody else's. And I think traditionally these kind of values are hidden somewhere in the website, the about us or, our ethos.
So true,
but why isn't it on the product page? For our shop, all of the values are there, and because we think it should inform your decision.
And if you do it, you're going to want to say about it. If there's nothing there at like bigger companies or whatever, it's probably because the
There's
origin.
nothing
There's
there.
nothing to talk about.
That's
So,
true.
because otherwise people want to know, and I think the smaller brands especially that are out there for interiors, it's important to be able to explain where your products come from, because they're things that can be relayed to like interior designers, clients and their customers. So it kind of validates their practice as well, because they're able to say, oh, I found this kind of more sustainable choice for you, rather than something you'd buy that was equally as expensive but actually made in China or something.
I feel like it's just as interesting to our clients to know, you know, that the floral design was hand drawn by Charlotte in pastels, as, you know, the inners are plastic and the frames are sustainable British timbers, and all of those points are equally interesting. But we hope that the values that would drive somebody to make the sale with us and to buy into our brand and collection 1 and the collections that come after will be the fact that we made these decisions now and we'll stand by them.
And I think especially in a post-COVID world, should we say, people just in that year, I think, have paid so much more attention to their homes and what's in them. So they are more inclined to maybe buy something a little bit more expensive because it's better quality, or they know where it was made, or they know the person that made it.
Also, because of social media, there's so much transparency now. Like, we know exactly who you are because we watch you on Instagram, or, you know, whatever. Whereas who's behind a big brand? There isn't a sort of one person, and we've seen that as well. That people are really interested in, why should I give you my money? Like, who are you, and do you have values that align with mine?
For sure.
And why are you making these decisions? And, you know, maybe even talking about things that you've ruled out. You know, we'd considered X, Y and Z, but we settled on this because I know when I shop, that's what I look for. A little bit of education and
something to inspire you.
Something to inspire me, but to justify, you know, because we all want to be buying less. So I think it needs to be a bit more justified now.
You've got this lovely collection, I presume. You said collection 1, so maybe there's a 2, 3, 4 hopefully coming. Get busy.
Too busy.
Well, the first phase was all of the soft furnishings, the lampshades, and our statement chair, the one with the frill around the back. But we also have a lounge chair and a bench coming. So those we need to get back to, making them, photographing them, and then the plan is to have other collections, but
we designed it to be flexible because we obviously, this is something we do together, but we have other stuff going on, but we really want to do this together and give ourselves flexibility, and then not have like the creativity taken away from us, that like, oh, we need to be launching in July and December. Like, we didn't want to be like that. We wanted to be like, oh, we really wanted to make this piece of furniture because we haven't seen it or whatever. So the first yellow frilly chair that you've seen online, they all have underneath embossed leather label, so it will say Studio Janettie 1 of 5 collection 1. So the idea is, as the time goes on, whenever that will be, is you'll know what batch and what number you had out of the 5, so we wouldn't make more than 5 of each print.
We just felt that making the furniture limited edition was partly, you know, the sustainable element, that there aren't going to be hundreds, but in order for it to feel like an heirloom, it needs to feel a bit rare, and
like art, you know.
Like art, exactly.
A limited edition, 1 of 10 or whatever.
Like, I don't think you'd be squabbling over grandma's chair if there were thousands of them. And you could just rebuy one, you know, and say, we'll just look for one online, and we'll each have one.
We got asked to do a pop-up at Selfridges with some other independent makers, and there was one customer, I really remember her, and she was kind of coming, she was in love with our chair, it was on display, and she said, oh, I really want to buy it for my mum's birthday, but in the sense of her mum could have it because her mum would love it too, but then she gets it later on. You'd be like, and then by then you can reupholster it and keep the frame shape, be fine, and she was great.
I think, coming back to your question about what's next for Studio Janettie, we actually haven't even spoken yet about collection 2 by the time we finish collection 1, but I think we're both in agreement that this isn't going to be necessarily the kind of project where every year there's a new collection. That doesn't really feel like our kind of ethos. And
we like this kind of buy it if you like it now and it's right for you, because there might not be or won't be other ones of it. I think it just makes it more
but for
special.
me as well, I think our collection 2 will come when we've organically decided on the next designs, because this was so easy for us to decide on. We knew we wanted to start with a gingham, a stripe and a floral. Perhaps we'll always have a gingham, a stripe and a floral, but we need the time to reimagine them.
thought for a print,
merge them all. But I think we need a bit of time, don't you? To take a step back from it and question ourselves as to why collection 2 is important and different.
But we're also going to do stuff like at our own pace.
Yeah, definitely.
Not for other people, because that's the whole reason we did it.
It's for us.
It's
really.
for us. But also we want to give people special pieces that they can cherish, and that takes time and, of course,
considered.
Yeah.
So I always ask at the end, what would be your desert island item? So you can take one of your products onto this desert island.
I know exactly what Charlotte's going to say.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm sure I do.
Charlotte is going to say the bolster because you just love putting your head on it.
Oh my god, that is
sleep
true.
well.
I'm going to change my answer. That is true. I was going to say the chair, because I was like, you could sit in it, sleep in it, lounge on it, whatever. But that is that. I do change my answer to that. So she's laughing because when we were at Selfridges, I was like testing on people. I was like, you don't understand how comfy I've got a bad back, right? Oh. So this bolster is so supportive and comfy. You can try it if you want. I don't mind. I'm against it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So you get such a nice support,
nice.
and you can put it behind your back or whatever. And I was so passionate about it. And then I did it to someone, and they were like, yeah, and I just fed off it. And so I kept trying it out on people. And then Micaela turned up and was like,
what
Charlotte,
are you
too
doing
much.
to our customers? People.
I made a sale.
There we go.
And so I changed my answer. You're right. I didn't even think about that, but
What would you take?
I think. Yeah, do you know what? I think it would have to be a bolster as well, because if I was on an island on my own, it would make me think of you and it would make me giggle.
Oh
gosh, this is too much. It made me cry.
Who cares about your family and
forever?
It's just about Charlotte.
You don't see as much of them, but they're actually super practical.
Definitely.
They're good at the end of the sofas.
I love them
this.
at the end of the sofa.
It makes like a sofa out of this bench almost, because it gives you an arm, and so up in bed again behind the neck, reading.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I love it. That's my
Cheers, sell.
Yeah.
So if you really want a bolster, you know where to go.
Go to the website.
Swipe up now.
Thanks so much for watching. We'd love to hear your feedback, so please leave it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We've got many more in this series coming. Next week, we're talking to Ewan from the Headboard Workshop, so we will see you then.